Fidelity Total Bond is a fund that I view as somewhere in between PIMCO Total Return on the one hand and Vanguard Total Bond Market on the other hand. It's an intermediate bond fund. It's not quite as bold as PIMCO Total Return, but it's also not passive like Vanguard. Fort O'Neill's built a great record. That's why it's a gold. It's beaten both the index and peers since he took over in '04. But what's interesting is he doesn't try to make duration bets. So this isn't a fund you should buy if you're looking for a fund that's going to be really short on duration when interest rates spike or something like that. It pegs duration right at the benchmark, but O'Neill has flexibility when it comes to sector exposure and credit risk, and so he typically will take greater credit risk. He might put money in emerging markets. He'll have less in mortgages. So it's still a fairly bold fund, but not as aggressive as a total return, or certainly not as aggressive as an unconstrained or a multi-sector fund. Year to year, typically returns are within maybe 1% of the index, so just not huge variations, but enough to add value. The fund's about $15 billion in assets, so they can do a little more with security selection than a PIMCO Total Return can do, but just a nice steady fund, still a little more aggressive than your typical core bond fund, but it's a good choice.